Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today I will give you 10 tips to become better at duels. Many of you wanted to see this video, so here we are, starting with the first tip right away. The +1 gadget gear. So you need the +1 gadget gear only on your first brawler. So some people use it on like second one or for the third one, whatever. That does not work. So make sure you always use your +1 gadget on the first brawler, and you will see that you are starting with 4 gadgets. So also if we die, you will see that we still have 4 gadgets. So as I said, you only need it on the first brawler and only on one brawler. You see, we're playing Stu. He does not have the +1 gadget gear and we still have 4. So now I equip the +1 gadget gear for the second and the third brawler, and you will see that you have only 3 gadgets. There you go, still 3 gadgets. Also, if we use one, we have 2 left, and now with Shelly, also 2 left. So that doesn't work. Make sure you always take it for the first brawler. So the second thing you should know, if you place a spike gadget against Fang and Fang supers you, Fang will continue to dash to the spike. So make sure if you face Fang, which will happen a lot of times, that you also use your gadget. So let's get to the third tip of this video. Always choose a comp that makes sense. For example, Stu Tower works pretty well. I'll show you why. Let's say you just play Stu, he's an all-rounder, so you can just push enemies. Sometimes you can even win your matchup. So we will make sure that we win against this B real quick right now. So if you have a good matchup with Stu, you can just chill and kill your enemies and use Stu as a normal brawler. But let's say you have a counter like Pam and you can't beat her. I will just die now, but on purpose. Make sure your super is ready, so you have it now charged up with Stu. Now, for example, on this map, you can just camp here, wait for the zone to shrink. So there's not much this Pam can do to us now. I mean, she has a turret, so she has pretty much AP. But with Terra, our pull is ready, our gadget is ready. Against Pam, we should definitely use our gadget. Okay, now our super is already cycled and we can use it right again against Gray. You can just chill behind these walls again. Luckily, he has no gadgets, so we can just chill here. Gray can't do anything. We still have a gadget. We still have our super ready. We just wait. It's a very toxic combo, but it works. Very much people use it on high trophies. And even if we fail with Terra because of a matchup, or we just failed, didn't play good at all, we still have an all-rounder like Spike who can carry a whole game. So that's important to know. Now we just kill this Gray. And yeah, there we go. Here we have another combo. It's Daryl, Shelly and Mac that also works quite well. What I'm doing now, for example, against this matchup, the enemy plays Piper. We just chill here. You can also chill behind this wall, like a bit more on the right, in the middle, the 5 blocks you can see there. You can also hide behind this wall. And what we do now is just farming our super. So we just wait, we buy some time. The super will be ready just in time when the zone is small. The Piper can't do anything right here if you move a bit smart. So now we wait a bit. Maybe dodge a shot if you can. Just go in and kill this Piper. Sometimes they have the right gadget that is good against you, sometimes they don't. But usually you should always win against the Piper. Just make sure your movement is smart. So, and what we do now is, this Shelly wants her super. So what you do is just run around this wall and avoid giving the Shelly her super. So we will suicide. So the Shelly has no chance to get a super. Why we do that? Because usually we can't win against the Shelly because she's a pretty good counter against us. There's no way we will win that matchup with Daryl. So we just suicide here, and now we have our super ready with Shelly and the enemy Shelly does not. So what we can do now, when the Shelly engages or the end game is near, like this, you can just use your super, use your gadget. You have a great cycle, and enemy Shelly also doesn't have super, which is also the 4th tip of this video. Tip number 5, hypercharge stacks. For example, if we have a combo Spike, Lou and Shelly, all of these 3 brawlers have hypercharge, you can stack your hypercharge. So we win this round, for example, our hypercharge is already a bit charged. Now we will just die. So I can show you that the hypercharge bar still loaded. As you can see here, it doesn't lose any progress or whatever. So you can just farm your hypercharge over time, even if you lose. So, and as you know, hypercharge brawlers are pretty OP. At this point, you can just click your hypercharge. Lou is so strong. Just rush the enemy and you also win that round. Doesn't matter which brawler the enemy plays. With hypercharge, if it's loaded, for example, with Lou or with Spike, you most likely will always win because hypercharge is so strong on the brawlers. Tip number 6 on this list is that you should should never waste your super. For example, there is no reason Nani has her gadget. We can't afford to just stand around. If we would waste our gadget here, which I see many times, you would have no shield on Gus and a much harder matchup right now. But now we have shield and we can actually beat the Nani very well. She will try to kill us and now we can just use our super and win a round. It's always good to have your super ready. So for example, on this matchup, you can just do 2 hits with Colette, instantly ult. Most of the time, brawlers are already dead like that. So very important, never waste your super. You will need it very often for the next brawler and it will save you a lot of loses. Tip number 7 is if you try to use your gadget with Buzz to have your super ready for the next round, don't do that. It does not work. As you can see now, we don't have our super ready and with Mac it goes the same. For example, with Mac, if you kill your enemy, you see my super is ready, but when I respawn, my super won't be there anymore. So that's for the Mac robot. But if you are in your mini form with Mac, you can actually farm your super. So now we have our super ready on Mac and now we will also have it on Sprout. So for the mini thing, it does count. And for the Spike gadget, obviously, if we would use our gadget now and lose the round and had another brawler, our super would still be ready, so there's nothing that changes. That works as usual. The most important thing you need to know about duels is your first pick should always be, or in the most times, it should always be a carry. Like the best carries in duels are like Mac first pick is very good. You should always use a brawler that wins most of the rounds. Like for example, when I played Mac first pick, 90% of games I played, I already won only by using Mac. So that's very important. I really suggest that. You can also use Nani. Nani is also a pretty good carry. Same goes for Spike. On some maps, B also works quite well. Not in the current meta, but on some maps, also Daryl works very, very good, or like Edgar. So what I want to say is your first pick always should be a very good carry that can win you most of the games. I can give you an example of a bad carry like Fang, because he needs 4 hits for his super. So Fang is not a good first pick. Primo, for example, El Primo is also not a good first pick because he needs some time to farm his super if he has no super ready, and it's very easy to kill. Tip number 9 in duels is you can play wall break. The map does not change. As you can see here, my enemy already opened one wall. He will do this with the whole map. Now he will also open my last wall I have here, and now the whole map is open. He plays sniper, which is a very good combination, but you actually can counter this combo with Jackie. So right now I can build the wall here. Okay, I failed a little bit. That's unfortunate. But as you can see here, you can rebuild these 2 blocks and you have another spot to hide again. You can also rebuild this one. Not necessary, like the blocks on this are already enough. But yeah, that's the way how you can counter this comp a little bit. And my last tip of the day is you should always have a good mix in your combo. For example, I will now tell you what is a good combo and I will tell you what is a bad combo and explain why. So for example, this combo is obviously bad because the brawlers are also bad, like Frank and Nita are very bad in the meta. But anyway, the point is, with this combo on this map, for example, we would have no answer to throwers on this map. Like Dynamite or Barley on this map could just destroy us. We would have no answer. No brawler is good against Barley or against Dynamite. Maybe Jackie a little bit. But this combo is pretty bad, has no mix, and a lot of stuff can counter us pretty well. Also Shelly, for example. This combo, for example, is great on this map. I will explain why. First of all, we have a great first pick that can win us already many matches, just Barley. If you're a very good Barley, if you know how to play the thrower on this map, you will already win a lot of rounds. Second thing, also we have stacked up Hypercharge, so we can farm some Hypercharge on Shelly and also on Spike. And we have, with a thrower, we have a lot of stuff against default brawlers, like we are good against Jesse, we are good against Dynamite, for example, because we have more range. We are good against Terra and a lot more. With Shelly, we have a good answer if our enemy enemy, for example, is playing Sam first pick. Sam is very good against Barley. Or let it be Edgar, let it be Mortis, doesn't matter. A very hard Barley counter. Then we have great answer with Shelly. And we also have an all-rounder, which is Spike, that can kill Shelly, for example, that can kill throwers because of the curveball if you do it intelligent. You have a decent matchup against everything with Spike. So this combo, just for example, is great at all. You should also play the +1 gadget on Barley here. So almost a perfect comp, I would say. You have everything you need, many bonuses. And I would say that's it with the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope these 10 tips will help you to become a better duel player. I can tell you just by knowing like these kind of tips, you can already reach rank 30. Obviously, mechanics are also quite important. Like how do you play? Are you very untalented with movement and aim and stuff? Then that is no advantage for sure. But there's two types of skill. First is mechanics and the second one is game knowledge. If you have a lot of game knowledge, I can tell you, you already win a lot of rounds. And if you have both of them, you can easily start your rank 35 or whatever grind. So have much fun with duels. Leave a like if you liked this video, a dislike if you didn't, and tell me what to improve for the next time. Have a nice day. Your Snakefuck. Peace.